I've been given a piece of furniture, this stereo cabinet, along with the stereo as well, so my customer was getting rid of it all. So I took the opportunity of saying yes, because that is a good cabinet. I'm thinking I may put shelves in it, I don't know. I'll get all that lot out first and then re-wax it. Well, this cabinet was made for the stereo, apparently. That's what my customer told me. So again, I thought, yeah, it's a good bit of furniture, it's quite solid. But again, I think I may put shelves in this yet, I don't know. Get all this lot out first. A lot of wiring to disconnect, it's all separates. So I'll mark each one and then take it out. Let's take a look round the back. There's some wires coming out there, so aerial speaker wires and mains cable. So that mains has a plug on it which I might have to remove. I probably definitely will. Those wires going through the back I've pulled through a bit. To make life easier, I'm just going to try and pull it all out in one. A bit risky, there's a bit of weight in it, but just gives me a little bit more room now so I can see what's what. The more I look at this, the more I think it's probably just better leaving it all as it is now I've got it out. There's a lot of messing around, getting down to all this lot. No, I'll leave it where it is. I can take the aerial out because that might not come through there with this piece on the end. So I can disconnect the aerial. All the wires run into this. I've not seen one of them for a while, blimey. Runs into this block, so then I only have to undo that. So I'll take that off the end, pull the speaker wires through and just take the aerial off from here. That's pretty easy to find. Right, just need to remove this shelf. I can start to clean. Speaker covers and jack. I got speakers with this as well, so I might keep it yet, I don't know. I'll see. Get this cleaned up first. I've given it a wipe down and dusted it off. Now I'm going to go over with some methylated spirits. So with a lint-free cloth, anywhere where there's been any contact, then you need to remove any grease. So anywhere around these top edges, concentrate on those, and then generally just give it all a wipe down and it will pick up all that grease. When you're happy that you've removed the grease, then generally you want to start going over all of this and just remove as much of the wax as you can. So working out the pot with wax, I'm using a cloth and a brush. I've already brought this side in, I've done the back as well, just bringing this back edge in. So this is tongue and groove as well, so I can rub it into that joint, into the edges of the bottom, just getting it worked into the wood. Then don't leave it too long. This cloth's already got a lot of wax soaked into it, lint-free cloth. Just wipe over what you're doing. With the grain, rubbing anything onto the next board. Again, into that joint. Take a bit out of that one. Not took a dip there, just generally using a dry brush, getting all the corners done. Working small areas at a time, then after about 15 minutes with a clean cloth, just go over and buff this, which will help remove any thicker areas, get a better finish. Always working with the grain. And flat areas, just dip into that wax and work it in. Big brush to get around this. .15 I'll go over that again. So working this top, I'll start with this block. I can rub some of the wax off and then I'll just start working this flat. And we're always going with the grain. Now I'll just move back to my cloth, just take a dip. remembering we're going to be coming over this in about 15 minutes, so if there's anything slightly left that's a little bit thick, it'll be okay, it'll rub out. Like that, onto them back edges there. And quickly buzz over this top. And the top, same again. So important now, leave that, and then we'll give it a rub over. Just buff this up. Need be. Just another cloth. Now I can do the top. Just see the difference there. go around that edge again, just make sure not gone over the edge. And again, finish off with the grain. Got the lid with a small amount on the lid. Now I can do this bead. So, like I say, there's not very much on there, just enough so I can get some on. Don't want to flood it on. And with a nearly clean cloth, I'm just going to rub that in. So, that'll be okay for the bead. If any does go on the glass, when it all starts to dry off, it can be easily removed. But really shouldn't go on. So then now I don't have to completely coat it. It just means that I can get some wax on there, and then with, like I say, nearly a dry cloth, that wax will get rubbed in. So if there's any slight misses, that'll be okay, because I do want to get this perfect, but without doing too much, as in taping up. Enough wax on there now to just rub that in. Do this side and I can bring the flats in. With the brush again, starting with the top. The bottom one. Just quickly wipe the excess off, and I'll leave it again before I buff it up. Sure that's finished with the grain to the ends there. soon as you've finished using your brush, then straight away into white spirit and give that a good clean. Working it in there. We don't need a small amount, don't need a lot. Just break that wax down. And then warm soapy water, give that a wash. After a couple of hours, it should be dry enough to either recoat or, like now, I'm going to put the shelf back in. It's a bit of a tight squeeze. It can go a bit better with that wax. Pop this handle back on. Just made it easier, obviously, just getting the wax on. Cleaned and waxed this before I started doing anything else. Smashing. Alright, just get that stereo back in. Let's have a look, see what it's like. I've got all the wires in the back here. Well, most of them. I've got these in the power lead. The power lead there. Speaker wires, and gather this lot up. I should be able to just slide this back in. Some weight in that lot. Trapping anything. Okay, just feed those through, and I might just test it out. Well, looks like there's power on at the amp. Let's see if, yeah. Oh, it's all powering up. Oh, that's one thing. Now, just looking at this tape deck. There's not even an eject button. So, oh, that's pretty basic. That doesn't sound so good. So actually, yeah, there's something not right about that one there. It's almost as if it's all in the play position. That roller's up against this pin. Oh, but that's knackered. Yeah, by the sounds of it. Let's have a look at that. Maybe I could get inside and check that one out. video. That's not bad balance on that. That's quite good, that is. Get rid of that. Come on. Okay. A little dirty, but nevertheless, give it a go. See what happens here. Right, so no autoplay. That would help. Switch it over. That's not bad sound at all, that. Well, I'm impressed with that. You know, I think I might keep it. I might not put shells in there at all. That one's looking at. Yeah, I'm not getting red.